Sup guys, join me for a walk today and let's talk about how to command respect and maintain your frame when you're being bullied or perhaps when somebody's pushing back to you. Now we're going to go for a walk with my wife and she is currently struggling with the cats. Babe, there's a kitten inside. Bring it out. Oh, actually no, that's it. They're very needy. There's the other one.
Why did you put it inside?
I didn't put him inside. He followed you in. All right, so we're going to go for a walk in the countryside now. I had a diamond eye call with our clients earlier today, and we talked about this subject exactly, which we're going to discuss together on this walk, and that is how to maintain frame, how to hold frame in a social dynamic, because that is how you command respect. That is how you have an aura of authority that's under control. Of course, before we get into it, we need to define what frame is. Frame, in essence, is your perspective on the world, on a situation, your emotional state, and your overall worldviews. I know that sounds a little bit philosophical, but hear me out. There are always two dynamics at play in any given interaction. There is the other person's frame and there's your frame. One will dominate the other. As I said to my clients, and I'm going to say this to you, this is not about obsessing over power dynamics. This is not a matter of thinking about dominating a conversation and having the power, but rather having this information now, writing it in your notebook as I share it with you in these videos, and having it as social intelligence, which is what builds awareness and it builds charisma as well. In the moment, this is a pre-frame to this whole subject. In the moment, all you're going to focus on is the interaction, is the present moment, rather than overthinking, being stuck in your head. Okay, so let's use an example. Imagine you have some bad news. Something happened which is unfortunate. We got the cats following us.
Both of them today.
Look at this beautiful view, by the way, guys. It is just stunning. So let's say you have some bad news. In fact, let's use that example that I shared yesterday. An employee decides to quit out of nowhere. I had a meeting with another employee and I shared that information with her and told her, all right, we need to organize some things and get everything back on track. That employee panicked a little bit. They said, oh my God, what's going to happen? What are we going to do? What happened? This and that. I said to her, it's fine. This is normal. Things happen. People come and go. It's part of life. It's part of business. And when she saw how relaxed I was in my frame, what do you think happened to her? She relaxed. I could visibly see her relax and feel less nervous in that moment, in that instance. Because she bought into my frame. My frame was stronger than hers. My reality, my viewpoint was stronger than hers. And you can practice this, by the way, in your everyday life, because I didn't just wake up one day with a very strong frame in my social interactions. This has been a cultivation of years of persistence with my own attitude, which we spoke about in the last video. For example, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So a couple of days ago, my wife and I, we went to Old Town here in the nearby town. So we went to the Old Town and we parked our car, walked up, went to a restaurant, had a good time. And then when we walked back, we realized the car was parked under a tree that was full of birds. So the car was covered in crap. in bird crap. And on top of that, the cherry on top, there was slap, a parking fine on the hood of the car. So I got a parking fine and my car was covered in bird crap as well. In that moment, what did I do, babe?
You just started to laugh,
I just started laughing.
and
Big-
you directly gave a decision what we will do. We will just go and wash it.
Yeah, I laughed and I decided, all right, what can we do? What action do we need to take? I Googled, on Google Maps, I checked nearby car wash. I found one, went, washed the car. But it's not even the action that I want to point out here, but more so the attitude that I had. And while I talk, check out this watermelon field. See all those? So your attitude will have a huge impact on the quality of your life. Massive. It is situations like that that build the muscle for you. So when things happen, things that are more high stake, such as employees leaving, losing a job, situations with your personal relationships, you'll be better equipped, you'll be better prepared. Another example that I can give you of frame control is if somebody puts you on the spot or challenges a belief that you had. We did a role play with our clients on this literally today. And by the way, if you want to role play with us, the executive coaches, myself and Daniel, personally, so we can give you feedback on the spot so you can train yourself, you can book a call with us, a free 10-minute communication audit. There's a link in the bio, you can check that out.
Oh, look at that.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Oh wow. This is becoming a bit of an artistic video, guys. You can check it out. So, so essentially, you want to be very, very conscious of your attitude. You want to be very aware of it because you are cultivating character. That's what you're doing. You're building character. On our first date, I took her to a jazz bar which was closed, and that jazz bar was in a dark alley. This was the same day where she just met me. I was a total stranger. We were both in a foreign country. We were in Bali, Indonesia. And all of a sudden, this place that I invited her to was non-existent. And as I said, dark night, scary alley. In the moment, my frame was, okay, this is pretty funny, interesting. Here's a solution. Let's go stand over there by the light and order a taxi and go to the beach bar, which we did. When we get to the beach bar, she said, oh my God, I have a problem. I said, what is it? She said, I forgot my charger. Kitty is still with us. I forgot my charger. And I said, that's no problem. You know, you can just call the cafe, see if they still have it. If not, we can pick it up tomorrow. My frame was, it's not a problem. Therefore, she relaxed in that frame. And that's your responsibility, especially as a man in a relationship. So when I did the role play with my clients earlier today, I asked them, we did a role play. I said, okay, tell me, what are your biggest goals? What's your number one goal this year? And he said, I want to double my sales. And here was my challenge. I said, double your sales, doesn't sound very realistic. And then I would see how he would respond. I'm not going to break it down fully, but essentially the best responses would be where you don't buy in to his frame, to my frame. So if somebody were to say to me, oh, that doesn't sound very realistic, my response would be, maybe to you, or it might be, yeah, I don't really choose realistic goals. That's why I chose it, because it's unrealistic. I'm not buying into the frame. So, let's talk a little bit about the step-by-step. What can you do, practically speaking, to maintain frame when somebody's trying to sway you? First of all, you need to be aware. Without awareness, you don't even know if you're losing frame. How can you know that you're losing frame if you're not even aware of it? Be very aware if you find yourself justifying, over-explaining, or even getting frustrated. That means you're losing frame. Okay? Next, reframe. For example, somebody says those goals sound very unrealistic. You can reframe it and say, if it wasn't unrealistic, I wouldn't have chosen it. Or that's exactly why I chose it. Now your frame is, I always choose unrealistic goals. You didn't buy into their frame. You could even brush it off. Just with your energy. Just like that. Shrugging it off.
And the cow is just perfect mosque. Big trees, the lighting.
Hey guys, so as you know, you can book a free 10-minute communication audit with myself in the description below. And my team has been expanding a lot over the past couple of months. So after this video, probably, those audits are not going to be with me, but with my team, who are highly skilled. But if you do want the opportunity to have a free 10-minute communication audit with myself, one-to-one on Zoom, to see how we can help potentially and create a game plan for you, this will be one of the last opportunities to do so. So you can book a call with us in the description. Thank you. Frame control, be aware of it. Don't let people pull you into their frame. Again, don't overthink. Don't think about it too much. This is something that will become second nature to you as you become deeply grounded and present to the moment, and you catch yourself being reactive to people. If you enjoy this type of video, leave a like, leave a comment. See you guys soon.